Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and welcome to round 2 of the Shadow Spring Tournament 2018. So this one, I'm against Turin. So now, you'd think this is great for me, right? I'm Beastmen, I'm against Greenskins, and usually instant win for Beastmen. For some reason, I just struggle with this matchup. It is the toughest matchup for me with the Beastmen. Any other faction? Fine, as a Beastman, but I always bring them as my safe bet. If I'm not sure what to expect, I bring Beastman, and I usually win. I have no problems. But for some reason, Greenskins, I can never do that. It's really weird. So it's going to be a hell of a struggle. So anyway, I've tried out slightly different things. I brought Minotaurs. Apparently they're very good against Greenskins. We'll have to find out. So I've got Frontline of Ungor Herd. I just wanted to go cheap Frontline. Just to pin stuff in place. I've also got some spears, which will definitely help. Some anti-large there. Also got some Ungor Raiders to apply pressure where they're needed. I've got the Law of Death, which is definitely going to be useful. Fate of Buna on, on a load of Black Orcs or something. That's going to cause a lot of havoc. Also, Spirit Leech on anything scary. Also, I've got Morga, so nice safe bet with Morga. You know, he can summon a load of Chaos Spawn. He regenerates. He's very hard to kill. And a lot of missile resist. He's pretty useful. So the Minotaurs, I did go the ones with shields, because I do want some missile resist as well. Silver shields, which is pretty great, and they still pack a punch. So although the great weapons got the anti-large and things, these guys just be all round, very stompy. So I also have some Chaos Warhounds of Poison and some Centaurs with great weapons and some Centaurs. Over here, done the same thing. Centaurs with great weapons, Centaurs, and Poison Warhounds. So that's my build. So let's see what Turin brought. So, wow, bit of a muddle right now. So you can see here, he's got some Night Goblins, he's got some more Night Goblins, in the back he's got some big uns, so obviously these guys are going to be good anti-large, going to be a bit of a problem. Obviously they don't have the armor piercing that a lot of anti-large units have, for other factions, but they don't really need it against the Beastmen, I'm not very heavily armored, so that's pretty rough. But he does have some Black Orcs, he's got 2 units, so Fate of Buna definitely going to come in handy. He's also got 2 Goblin Big Bosses and Wurzag, so great Goon Squad. I absolutely love these 3. It's just a great combination. It's just superb. Also, he's got the Ragnarok Queen, so being able to summon spiders around the place is going to really just, prevent my charges and bog down units. And frankly, the hatchlings, they don't have great combat stats, but they don't really need armor piercing or anything, so they can still get some work done, with some rear charges and things. So very scary. And of course, the Ragnarok Queen, with this huge amount of armor, 150, poison attacks, armor piercing, weapon strength. It's just very capable. This can be very scary. He's also got Morgrov's Mangy Marauders, because they're a classic, right? You always bring them. He's also got the Death Creepers. He's got some Forest Goblin Spider Riders, which is interesting. So again, with the poison attacks, it's going to be useful for chasing down Centaurs. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's our army. So let's speed things up and see how it goes. So straight away, my front line is just going to smash into his. Oh, I do have 1 unit of Gore Herd as well, just some extra power as well. So Ungor to pin everything down for cheap, and then the Gore Herd do a little bit of extra damage as well. So you can see though, the Black Orcs, they're going to fare pretty damn well against the Ungor Herd. They're not going to last long. But do have a Fate of Buna on this one, so that's definitely going to help. Over here, you can see the big uns. I basically just wanted to hit them just get a good charge off on them and then pull out again, so I can get some good damage in and run away before I take too much damage. Over here, try to kind of do the same with the Night Goblins, but I blobbed up far too much here. And here, this is something I missed, and this is bad. Okay, the Brace Shaman of Death, I charged in just to try and charge through him a bit, and I thought I'd pulled him out. Right, I thought I was pulling him out. I thought he was safe when I saw everything, leave. But no, FG to get pinned him in place, and so now he's just getting bombed. It's bad. Here, Spider Hatchlings have been put down on my Ungor Raiders, which is definitely a good shout. And here you can see my Minotaurs are not performing as well as I would like. I was hoping they'd be able to do some really good damage to the Ragnarok Spider, but with the Black Orcs in here, it's pretty rough. It's pretty scary. And here, unfortunately, I have managed to break through the Night Goblins here, but unfortunately I am still fighting these Orc Big uns. So I'm trying to get my poison damage around the outside. I use some Chaos Spawn, plop them down on top of the Death Creepers, which is brilliant. It'll kill a lot of them, which is very nice. So a very, very sturdy blob of units here. But over here you can see I am losing my Brace Shaman, which is annoying. Got my Ungor Herd will be coming back. Trying to get the Centaurs around here, but once again he's bogging me down with these Forest Goblin Spider Riders. These guys with the poison attacks are slowing me down loads, so I'm not able to catch up to his big bosses while they're chasing the Brace Shaman away. They're just quicker. I can't do anything about it. So amazing get for Turin there, and I really should have paid more attention to that, because I could have stopped it. I could have got my Centaurs back onto these guys and stayed in the fight until FNG to get war off. and that would have been great. But nope, nope, my wizard is shattered, and I really needed him. So massive blob in the middle. Still some Black Orcs fighting here. In fact, does he have 2 units in here still? Hard to tell. What is that behind there? Spider Riders? Oh, he's got his big uns in here, of course. So the big uns, they're going to be causing real problems. They're actually very capable, even against, you know, Ungor and Gore herds. They'll do a lot of work. So here I am getting rid of Morgoth's Mangy Marauders. Been chasing the Death Creepers for a bit. My Spearmen are holding off these big uns for a while. And here I'm running in with the poison attacks to try and poison Wurzag, and I'm getting on top of him with the Centaurs as well. But with Here We Go triggered on all these guys, they're going to be hitting like absolute trucks. That is 80 melee attack on those Black Orcs for the time being. I'm trying to get surround on them, trying to whittle them down, but it's taking a lot of time. So here you can see the big uns, they're going to just bog down my Centaurs for a long time here. I'm trying to charge them in the rear to do what damage I can for the moment. And in the back, I am getting my archers shooting. They're trying to shoot at the big uns, try and whittle them down. I've got some more poison warhounds coming, but you see the other unit of big uns have managed to come out on top. Because obviously the spearmen were going to kill them. I was hoping I'd get more damage done before that was, you know, yeah, before that battle was over. So here you can see he's even bringing his Night Goblins back in, so suddenly he's going to start outnumbering me. I've got some Chaos Spawn in here, but they're not going to do much damage against the incredibly heavily armoured Ragnarok Queen here. Wurzag's taken some damage. Morga is actually doing okay at the moment, so that's alright. I've got a load of poison coming in here. Here, Brainbuster goes down, so that's actually going to trigger charge bonuses for everything with Wurzag and melee attack buffs, which is very scary. So having a cheap spell like that is great. Over here, I do actually see some Ungor Spearmen and some Ungor Herd just bogging down these Goblin Big Bosses, and that's great for me. That's very cheap. That's wonderful. So that's something. But they've done their part already, you know? They've already killed my Spellcaster, and that is pretty crippling. So I'm pulling out again. Morga is stuck in here, doing some damage to these big uns. I'm slowly whittling them down with archers, but more spider hatchlings are going to come in and do some work. I've used almost all my ammo on these guys now, actually, and still, I haven't really made much of a dent with things. So here, I've pulled everything out, and I'm going to charge them in again. I'm going to try and just take out these spider hatchlings so I can get these guys firing again. Morga is kind of on his own in here, and Effigy to Git lands on him. That's going to really cripple him. He's going to do a lot of work, and I can't get him out of there. So the Ungor Herd are trying to back him up. Send some of my guys to charge in to do some work. I need to get rid of these big uns. One of them has broken, so that's something. But the other one's still going. So over here, still got my you know, Centaurs of Great Weapons coming back. Amazingly, these spider hatchlings are still going. I'm not entirely sure how they're still alive. So I have to ditch them because I need to get into this fight because Morga is in serious trouble. You can see he has broken, so and he's got almost no health left. So really, I want to get some charges in. The big bosses have broken out, so I want to just take them out because I can't have them gooning around here. I need to take them out while these guys are at least slightly disinterested in what's happening. So here, I throw in the Ungor Herds, basically just try and slow down these big uns while I take out these Goblin Big Bosses, and I'm getting some very good damage on them. But with all the terror around here, it's very scary. I don't have Morga buffing their leadership. I don't have the Spellcaster able to drop spells on what needs to be killed, and the Death Creepers are back once again. So we're getting to a position now where my stuff is just going to keep chain terror routing. They're injured to the point every time they get close, they're going to run away again. So it's very bad. So I'm getting these guys back in, so that's something. I'm trying to pull my Ungor Raiders away, but at this point, he's just too quick. You know, what he's got left, he's got the Goblin, you know, big bosses, he's got the Spider Hatchlings chasing, over here the Death Creepers and the Major, actually, no, more Spider Riders. Yeah, the Death Creepers, they're chasing down what little units I have left over here. So I'm trying to get my guys back in order, you know, and it's alright, you know, I've got some poison in here now, trying to slow these guys down, buy me some time, and I'm still having to focus on these big uns, because these big uns need to go down, because they're going to be shielding all the vital units that he's got left from, you know, what charges I have here. Spider Hatchling's still going, and with plus 44 melee attack, that's no joke. So here, I was actually trying to get my Ungor Raiders to finish off some of these guys to save Morga. So I'm going to have to save him. I need to save him. I need him back. So he is back, so that is something. But, you know, I'm just throwing units at this blob to try and stop him. But he's just got too much momentum at this point, you know? Too quick, too much momentum. It's very hard to stop him. So we've got more units coming back, of course, but still, things aren't looking great. You know, now that he's got the Goblin Big Boss back in the fray, that with Wurzag and the Ragnarok Spider, like, yeah, Morga's screwed here. So I'm trying to whittle away at what I can over here. But once again, with the poison attacks, he's coming in, trying to whittle me down. And amazingly, that charge was kind of disappointing against the Night Goblins. I'm very surprised at how little damage I did there. But then my model counts are quite low. At least they've shattered. And I do have some spearmen bogging down these big uns. I've got more units coming back in. I'm shooting at these big uns, try and whittle them down, because I just need to get some good charges off on these guys. But with Morga now dead, Yeah, that'll be it. So, god damn it, valiant defeat. I think I could have done a lot better if I hadn't let my Deathcaster get caught out. That was an amateur mistake, very close one. But yeah, I thought I'd ordered him out, and that effigy came in. I didn't notice it, so I thought he was running to safety, and he wasn't. So by the time I figured out where he was, it was too late. So very rough. We can see Black Orcs did a ton of work, mainly against Ungors though, so that's not a problem. But the big uns did a great job. The big uns just, I couldn't kill them quick enough, so I just couldn't get in my Centaur safely for those decent charges. I mean, I got a lot of kills with them. They did all right, but that was only just sort of attacking things, clipping the wings a bit. But that center just held too much, with the Ragnarok Queen and with Wurzag constantly dropping those spells. I was unable to penetrate that, which was really rough. I think my Minotaurs, I probably could have used a little bit better if I'd cycle charged them around, to keep them out of the harm's way, because they were being focused down by a few things, because they hit so hard, you've got to kill them quickly, because they're actually quite fragile. If you focus them down, you can kill them pretty quickly. So, yeah, should have been a bit more careful with them. Poison Warhounds, I think, were vital. I mean, they didn't get a lot of kills, but they had just had so much utility, and it's the same poison, poison attacks utility I got out of there that Turin got out of all of his Spider Riders, which are great against Beastmen. They are very good. If you can just ruin that mobility that the Beastmen have, you can't just come in with all these surprise, rear charges and things. So it's definitely a good way to, prevent me from, commanding the fight, basically, picking my own engagements. If I can't pick my engagements, then Beastmen kind of lose out, So it's definitely a tough one. But yeah, that Ragnarok Queen, I just couldn't dent her. So definitely a fun fight. So well played, Turin. So that is 1 win and 1 loss so far for me in this tournament. But I think I've got a pretty good, pretty good grasp of the rest of them. I think. This is definitely the hardest fight, and I think it went pretty valiantly, because, it even says here, valiant defeat, so that means it was a good one. So, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.